Hello everyone and a very good morning to all of you and welcome back to SISB Crack Exams. I'm Heyman and I'm back here again to discuss with you about the current affairs of 28th of December 2020. So today we will discuss some of the most important issues, and before beginning, as I always introduced you, that SISB Crack Exams is India's largest, most sought after Android application by millions of defense aspirants who are aspiring to join the Indian armed forces of our country. If in case you are that particular staunch defense aspirant who is trying to prepare for the upcoming defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, Territorial Army, Indian Air Force, Airmen, Group X, Group Y, CAPF, Assistant Commandant's examination, also for the Military Nursing Service or the Army Cadet College, I highly recommend you to download the Android app and go through the most important lecture content, study material, some practice questions, quizzes, exercises, and mock tests that are all made taking into consideration the latest exam patterns. And as I always tell you, that you can even follow us on all sort of social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and various other most important platforms to keep yourself updated with the most important Indian and international inputs. Beginning with the question of the day that I have asked on 26th of December 2020, and the question that I asked was this particular one. So, Shamsur Rahman Farooqi, who passed away recently, was a noted poet of which language? Okay, I repeat, Shamsur Rahman Farooqi, who passed away recently, was a noted poet of which language? Is it option A Hindi, or option B Urdu, or option C Malayalam, or option D English? And the correct answer for this particular one is option B Urdu. Okay, so he was a Urdu poet and he was a Urdu Indian poet. And going through regarding his personality and regarding his profile in a very short form, we will simply wind it up. So he's actually a legendary Urdu poet and he was a critic, and he passed away at his Allahabad residence, and he also received the Saraswati Samman in the year of 1996 for his work Sher-e Shor Angez. And most of his books were Mirror of Beauty. Actually, it was written in Urdu as Kai Chand Tay Sare Asman. In 2006, it was translated to English as Mirror of Beauty. And then it was his other books include Ghalib Afsane Ki Himayat Mein and The Sun That Rose from the Earth, and various other most important books were there. And was a very, very famous poet. We need to consider regarding that. So this might come up in the upcoming examination. So please remember, the person is Mr. Shamsur Rahman Farooqi. He's an Indian famous legendary Urdu poet and critic. Going through the first and foremost important update regarding that we have to consider is regarding that the President of India has been visiting the DU, and he has inaugurated and he has laid the foundation stone for the various developmental projects in that area. And the main inaugurations of those that are done by President of India, they include first academic session of IIIT Vadodara International Campus, Kamleshwar School Gogla, laying of the foundation stone for school at Saudwadi, improvement of 1.3 kilometer heritage walkway on Diu City Wall, conservation and facade restoration of heritage prisons, upgradation of fruits and vegetable market at Fort Road, development of integrated municipal solid waste management system, and many more have been considered. If you have to go through in detail, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for several developmental projects at Silvassa in Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and it laid the foundation stone of Medical College in Saili and also released an IT policy for the Union Territory. We need to understand and go through in detail regarding this most important update that the President Ramnath Kovind is actually on a 4-day visit to DU, and going through in detail regarding that tomorrow the Vice President will actually inaugurate and lay the foundation stone for the various projects, and he will be beginning and he will inaugurate the Jalandhar Circuit House also in the DU. Going through with the next most important update is regarding the inauguration of the first ever driverless train operation on Delhi Metro's Magenta Line. And what is Magenta Line, sir? Magenta Line is that line that connects from Janakpuri West to Botanical Garden in Delhi. So this is a Delhi Metro, and Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi ji will be inaugurating this particular line, and this line will be driven up by a driverless metro rail, and this will be fully operational. National Common Mobility Card will be on service on the Airport Express line, and this will also be inaugurated on 28th of December 2020, that is today. Okay, so these innovations will herald a new era of traveling comfort and enhanced mobility. Going through the next most important update is regarding the Ayushman Bharat PMJAY Sehat has been launched to extend the coverage to all the residents of Jammu and Kashmir. The full form of PMJAY is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. I repeat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So Sehat is a scheme under PMJAY, and this scheme of Sehat, it stands for the Social Endeavor for Health and Telemedicine. I repeat, social endeavor for health and telemedicine. This is actually a health insurance scheme, sir. What is this, sir? It is a health insurance scheme for whom? For the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Only for Jammu and Kashmir, Sehat has been launched. So what does this scheme do, sir? It will provide free of cost insurance cover to all the residents of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so free of cost insurance will be provided to all the residents of the Union Territory of J&K, and it provides the financial cover of up to rupees 5 lakh per family, sir. Okay, 5 lakh per family. That particular family can use this 5 lakh on only one single person or on any number of group of person related to that particular family on a floater basis to all the residents of the Union Territory. Okay, so this particular scheme will also provide for an operational extension of PMJAY to around 15 lakh rupees approximately additional families. Okay, so this will be extending, the PMJAY will be extending all the way upwards 15 lakh additional family residents who are inside the Jammu and Kashmir territory, sir. So this is a very boosting step that has been taken up by Modi ji. Going to detail regarding this particular one, what is actually the PMJAY, sir? It is actually the world's largest health insurance or assurance scheme, sir. Okay, world's largest health insurance scheme is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. It has been fully financed by the government, and what does this scheme do, sir? It will provide a cover of 5 lakh rupees per family. Okay, that means it can be used by one or all members of the family for what sort of important medical uses, sir? For secondary and tertiary care hospitalization across public and private empaneled hospitals in India. Not only public but also private hospitals can also be are also included in this particular scheme, which is a very appreciable part that we need to consider. And this will provide medical procedures such as oncology, cardiology, nephrology, etc., and up to 3 days of pre-hospitalization cost and 15 days of post-hospitalization cost. What is post-hospitalization? In that comes the medicines and x-rays and various other ones, and pre-hospitalization also will be coming under those important issues. So the 3 days of pre-hospitalization and 15 days of the post-hospitalization and also the complete hospitalization expenses, all of them will be covered at a time regarding this particular Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. And regarding this particular one, each and every particular family will be granted for around 5 lakh rupees per family, and this 5 lakh rupees can be used by one or all members of the family on a floating basis. Okay, so this particular scheme can be used by all the secondary and tertiary care hospitalization methodologies across our country, and it both public and private empaneled hospitals are included in this particular yojana. Going through the next important update is regarding Rajasthan has become the 6th state to complete the ease of doing business reforms. So I will give you a very brief understanding about what is actually the ease of doing business. EODB is a very important point, because this is a very important question that might come up in the upcoming CDS examination. So I will tell you very detailed regarding that. So first and foremost, I will tell you what is actually the news. Actually, the news is that this Rajasthan has become eligible to mobilize additional financial resources of around 2,731 crore rupees through open market borrowing, sir. Okay, that means through only open market borrowings, it has been made to mobilize around additional financial resources. That means additional financial resources of around 2,700 plus crore, and Rajasthan is also joined the other 5 states. So Rajasthan has been the 6th state. Before Rajasthan, there were 5 states that were successful in coming up through these open market borrowings and completing the ease of doing business reforms, and those states were in the serial order. First state to complete it was Andhra Pradesh, second one was Karnataka, third one was Madhya Pradesh, fourth was Tamil Nadu, and fifth one was Telangana, and sixth one now comes Rajasthan. Okay, all of these have achieved their feat. So ease of doing business ranking is actually given by the World Bank, sir. Okay, so World Bank is giving, but what is happening in our country is, in our country, the Department of for the Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade, DPIIT, it is actually working hand in hand along with the World Bank. Both of them are working together, and this is a joint initiative taken by both of them to improve the overall business environment in the state, sir. Okay, so in this overall business environment, the first rank has got to Andhra Pradesh, second one was Karnataka, third one was Tamil Nadu, fourth one was third one was Tamil Nadu, fourth one was I'm very sorry, third one was Madhya Pradesh, fourth one was Tamil Nadu, and fifth one was Telangana, and sixth one just now it was the Rajasthan. So going through regarding this ease of doing business EODB, there were various action plans, and among those various action plans, the business reform action plan of 2019 has been released recently by DPIIT. and it consists of around 80 reforms, sir. Okay, 80 reforms means 80 important procedures that will be taken up and 80 different changes that have to be sorted out in all the around 19 state departments. So these 80 reforms, if you subdivide it into various other small reforms, then they will be taken up into 187 reform action points. Okay, going through in detail regarding this EODB, we have to understand that Andhra Pradesh followed by Uttar Pradesh and Telangana had topped the national ranking in the year of 2019. Okay, and while Andhra Pradesh has always been at the top most position in the third year in a row, and Uttar Pradesh has emerged as a top performer in the northern region in the year of 2019. Why, sir? Because in the year of 2018, its rank was very less, but from 2018 to 2019, it jumped around 10 steps. And in 2019, because of its very vast and significant boost, it was renamed as the top performer in the northern region of our country. And Gujarat has always been consistently ranked the best in the last 4 rankings, stood at number 10. And there are various important things that will be taken into consideration while giving up the ease of doing business rankings. So the various important points that will be coming up under this include starting a business, employing workers, dealing with construction premises, getting electricity, registering property, getting credit, protecting minority investors, paying taxes, trading across borders, contracting with the government and enforcing contracts, resolving insolvency. All of these will be coming up. So if in case any particular business, if it opens and if it immediately gets its location and it completely gets access to its finance and it has very happy operations, day-to-day dealing, and then it will also create a very good operating and secure business environment, that clearly indicates that in that particular state or that particular government is doing very well in improvising and promoting the business in that particular state. So this is what are the steps that are included under the ease of doing business. So under all of these things, Andhra Pradesh was given the first one, and the other states are also including that. So going through in detail regarding the states startup ranking framework, we need to understand this also in a very short form. So this is not really related to the important update, but this is a very important extra point that I want to give it to you. So this is regarding the startups ranking. That means which particular state has been giving the good and best performers in starting up a startup. So it has around 7 broad reform areas consisting of 30 action points, which were ranging from different issues. So all of these are to establish uniformity and ensure standardization in the ranking process. So in that particular one, in the previous year in 2019, Gujarat and Andaman Nicobar Islands were given were awarded as the best performers in the region. And going through the leaders included Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Odisha and the Bihar. Okay, so these were declared as the leaders. Going through the top performers were actually the Karnataka and Kerala. So various other states were also included in this particular ranking, and all of these were divided into category X and category Y, where people were distinguished according to the best performers. So the best performing state was Gujarat, top performers were Karnataka and Kerala, and leaders were Bihar, Maharashtra, Odisha and Rajasthan. Going through, now we will have a very quick review of the topics we have discussed by going through some of the most important questions. And the first and foremost question is, first academic session of IIIT Vadodara International Campus was inaugurated in which union territory? Is it option A Delhi or Diu or Goa or Chandigarh? The correct answer is option B, Diu. Going through with the next important question is, Ayushman Bharat PMJAY Sehat has been launched to extend coverage to all residents of which state? It is actually the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Going through with the next question is, which state has become 6th state in the country to successfully undertake ease of doing business reform? The correct answer for this particular one is option A, Rajasthan. That's it regarding all of these questions. Now we will have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is, Sputnik is the first artificial Earth satellite launched by which country? I repeat, Sputnik is the first artificial Earth satellite launched by which country? It is a very simple question, and I hope that most of you will answer. So the options that are given here is option A, USA, option B, India, option C, Russia, and option D, Japan. The answer for this and the explanation regarding this I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned. This is Big Crack Exams. Subscribe to our channel. Download the Android app from Google Play Store. Always stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling. Have a great day. Jai Hind.